that Trump has given Putin carte blanche to attack London, Paris, or Brussels.
Мы действительно можем вмочить и по Брюсселю, и по Лондону, и по Парижу.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border.
And a nuclear bomb, yeah. And we're erasing.
For deporting criminal illegal immigrants. For putting America first. For too long, weak politicians left our borders wide open. They flooded our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. They put American lives at risk. Well, those days are over.
Can I ask you? Sure. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. Those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people.
You know what? Ooh, facts are rude.
As somebody who doesn't like Trump, myself, the elites were right about Donald Trump, right? I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious and is leading the white working class to a very dark place.
That is not the format.
There are no indications of foul play here.
Join us again this week for another episode of As the GOP Turns.
We have gone over a cliff in America.
Worried about a potential, terrorist attack, given the
fucking one. And with real-life Bond villain Elon Musk beavering away on X, spreading a flurry of slurry across the Gooniverse, and Jeff Bezos crouched in a filleting position, ready to receive the royal orange cock of the tax-dodging multi.
Warning, the following contains images of animals in their natural habitat. Viewer discretion.
Tax-dodging multi-millionaire felon who's now running the show. America is now a fully fledged plutocracy.
Re-envisioned. The decline of the American empire. Next.
My God. Are we now Russia's allies?
At least Neville Chamberlain didn't come back, reading from a bit of anti-Czech propaganda that Hitler had written for him.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have President Zelensky of Ukraine. And we've been working very hard, very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had a little negotiation spat, but that worked out good. I think for both countries, I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries.
You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. It seems to be a...
This conflict occurred under Joe Biden.
Oh, so it's Biden's fault?
It is.
Oh,
if you,
okay.
Is your position now that we should give Ukraine...
Get the Nobel Peace Prize after this. That thing, it means nothing.
The plan that I've seen that President Trump has, I think he could win the Nobel Peace Prize for this.
By the end of this all, we're going to have the Nobel Peace Prize sitting next to the name of Donald J. Trump. If this was a Democrat that was doing this, everyone would be saying, well, he's on his way to the Nobel Peace Prize.
Almost conciliatory mood.
I want to tell you and your people, you're the ally I've been hoping for all my life.
Maybe we got a chance.
I don't know if Zelensky can ever get you to where you want to go with the United States. Either he dramatically changes, or you need to get somebody new.
You need to get someone new. I've seen him going in and out of that bordello, me ma. He only wants your gold.
Maybe Donald Trump is the peacemaker that I never took him for. And I am able to say that I'm wrong when I'm wrong.
This is a very dumb thing to do. Friends, fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see.
Have something that is a very fair deal, and we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth, but it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment from the United States, and we appreciate working with you very much.
Take a note. Rare earth minerals. You'll see why that's relevant momentarily.
And we will continue to do that. We have had some very good discussions with Russia. I spoke with President Putin, and we're going to try and bring this to a close. It's something that you want and that he wants. We have to negotiate a deal. But we've started the confines of the deal, and I think something can happen The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. We're losing thousands of soldiers on both sides. We're losing a lot of soldiers. And we want to see it stop. And we want to see the money get put to different kinds of use, like rebuilding, the rebuilding.
And you can bet your ass Trump's going to get a piece of that action. What is it? Trump Gaza? Or is this Trump Kiev? It's going to be amazing. Only the best. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have luxury. My middle name is Luxury. All I do is luxury. I build luxury. And I'm going to bring the luxury back to Ukraine. Only this time with more of a Russian influence. Did I say Russian?
And we're going to be working very hard, but we've had a lot of very good conversations.
We'll say until we came along, the Biden administration didn't speak to Russia whatsoever. They didn't speak to anybody. They just allowed this to continue. And I will say that, I'll say in front of you, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, if I were president, this war would have never happened. We would have had a deal negotiated for you without having to go through what you've done.
We're president. Dude.
But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave.
We've given them great equipment, but somebody has to use the equipment. They've been unbelievably brave, and we give them great credit. This was supposed to be over very quickly, and here we are 3 years later. So I give tremendous credit to your generals and your soldiers and yourself in the sense that it's been very hard fighting, very tough fighting. They're great fighters, and you have to be very proud of them.
From that standpoint. But now we want to get it over with.
When he says we, he's referring to Putin and himself.
It's enough, right, if we want to get it over with. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to sign the agreement at the conference in the East Room.
That can't be true because Trump said he isn't. And why would he lie?
In a little while. Right after lunch.
Lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway, and the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch.
And we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things.
Pay attention to the map of the world that is etched on Zelensky's face. They're nowhere near a deal.
Is the case that we'll need to see some mature leadership from the Trump administration.
You think there will be some mature leadership from the Trump administration?
Oh, I know this one.
Everybody being here, it's somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when they stop the shooting and we end up with the deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that.
There is no deal to be had. Fuck you.
Ukrainian flag. There's a contract, there was a deal that was going to be signed between the United States and the Ukraine. They're calling it a deal. It was more of like an extortion.
What the hell is the matter with you people? This man comes here with his hat in his hand because they're killing their sons and wives and stealing and raping their daughters. Donald Trump sees this whole thing as a fucking real estate deal.
Nigel, well, I think you find, if you know your history, we did have elections during the Second World War, so yes, Nigel, you're quite right. But we waited until Hitler had blown his fucking brains out. Utter bollocks.
Trump and Musk let them feel important because they know they aren't. It's the role they chose.
Well, sometimes you got the Ukraine explain shit to people.
He came in, laid it out, and tied them up, in their own words, in his fourth language. That is how easy it is.
That there's not going to be any security guarantees. But that's the very reason why a ceasefire means nothing. They need an end to the war. A ceasefire just means we're going to stop shooting. They can start shooting again tomorrow. Just like Putin has on every one of these fucking things.
Flag-smoking, every-man MAGA flag shagger. You may even have voted for him, but trust me when I tell you, he is an apologist for appeasement, an apologist for brutal dictators, and he is a cowardly, bootlicking, opportunist shit stain on humanity.
So it's time to up the ante. So now the man is offering the technology of the finest drones in the world. We only thought we had good drones. These are fucking battle tested. They like to talk about how they want to get the weapons into the hands of the warfighters, and quickly. These are ready. And he's offering them up on a silver platter. But that's not what Trump was sent to do.
Diplomatic attire requires a tie that covers your balls.
You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough.
You're right, his tie is covering his body.
And may I say, did you not find that comforting?
They're kids. They took the fucking kids, man. Now you, watching this video, might care about that. But if you think that Donald Trump gives a damn about the stealing of children, if only it was that easy. I tried to get rid of Eric years ago. I even offered to pay people to take him.
They respect me. Let me tell you.
Master negotiator Donald Trump, an idiotic, ignorant leader with a feeble conceptual grasp on reality, where the politics of propaganda and intimidation are always proudly on display.
Of course they probably knew I wasn't gonna pay.
By the way, Mr. President, we exchanged, released more than 4,000 warlords from Russian prison, but there are thousands more in the prison. I wanted to share with you some images. How just can I now?
Yeah, please.
Please. 1 minute. I just you to understand in what circumstances, in what situation they are, and what the attitude of Russia to our prisoners. That guys, just you before and after.
We hung Japanese
Before and after.
and we hung Nazis for this same shit.
Ladies and men.
The piece of shit doesn't even follow the rules of war. Why the fuck does anybody believe that Vladimir Putin would follow the rules of a fucking ceasefire? Well, we know he wouldn't because he's violated it 25 times. Donald Trump is not a stupid man. He just happens to be a wholly owned subsidiary of Soviet enterprises.
Ladies and men, there, and that, so they don't eat, they beat them, and they, do a lot of, bad things. So out of, even during the war, there are rules. Everybody knows there are rules during the war. These guys, they don't have any rules, you see that?
Vladimir Putin uses rape as a weapon of war. He uses kidnapping as a weapon of war. He bombs schools today, right now. Today. He blew up some fucking school in Ukraine. Hospital too. Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck. In fact, he's kind of getting pissed.
50, 60 kilograms to them, and a lot of such things. And I didn't want to show you what the changes with images of children, because I will share with you. And I mean, it's looking tragic.
Yeah, that's tough stuff.
Yeah, I wanted very much to give you.
Dead children, that's tough stuff.
This is pastor,
tough stuff,
by
yeah.
the way, they stolen pastor.
Trump wants to be a peacemaker. Not for peace, but because he thinks it looks great on TV. That's really all he cares about. But none of this has gone the way he'd hoped. In fact, it's been a fucking disaster.
Trump and his minion betrayed Ukraine, betrayed a people who have courageously fought to defend their land against a bully and a murdering tyrant. And the result is an emergence of a new US-Russian...
Because it's not Russian church. It's stolen pastors and moved pastors to the prison. We, at the end of last year, we brought 3 pastors. And we could exchange them. And this is pastor, you see.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, so I mean this I wanted to show you, and this, so thank you very much.
We want to get that ended, right?
Yeah.
Call Vladimir Putin. I know you got his number. Come on, let's be realistic. Just text him. Probably talk to him every night.
And I think we will. I think we will. And
We have to, of course.
do you have any questions, please?
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. With the, how much money is the U.S. going to put into the fund that is being created today, and how does this provide long-term security for Ukraine?
Well, we don't know exactly how much because we're going to be putting some money in a fund that we're going to get from the raw earth.
If they don't have security, this whole fucking deal is off. They know what Putin's going to do. As soon as we're not standing there, he's going to bomb them again. Trump knows that too. It's all part of the art of the deal, baby.
Fuck off.
Taking and sharing in terms of revenue. So it's going to be a lot of money will be made from the sale and from the use of raw
earth. And as you know, our country doesn't have much raw earth. We have a lot of oil and gas, but we don't have a lot of the raw earth. And what we do have is protected by the environmentalists, but that can be unprotected, but still it's not very much.
Notice, it's raw earth now.
Among the best
Clearly,
in the world in terms
this
of
is something that he said
going to be
to make the deal a bit harder
using
earlier.
it for all of the things we do, including AI,
Now we're going to
including weapons and the military.
Think about the
and
difference
it's,
between
really going to
that
very much satisfy our needs.
and
So it's something
rare
that just
earth
works.
End of the Western alliance because Trump is annoyed that he was publicly called out on his lies. Maybe, just maybe, this is the moment where the remaining Western allies see that Trump is an ally of no one.
Really well. We have a lot of oil and we have a lot of gas. We have a lot, but we don't have raw earth. So this has just about every component of the raw earth that we need for computers, for all of the things we do. This puts us in great shape.
And long-term security for Ukraine.
I think they're going to have great luck. I think once we make the agreement, that's going to be 95% of it. They're not going to go back to fighting. I've spoken with President Putin, and I feel very strong. I've known him for a long time, and I feel very strongly that they're very serious about it. And we'll make a deal, and when the deal is made, I don't think, we talk about security, everyone's talking about the other day, all they talked about was security. I said, let me make the deal first. I have to make the deal first. I don't worry about security right now. We have to have a deal, because right now, last week, 2,000 soldiers died on both sides. 2,000. And they're losing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a week. So as we sit here and we talk, people are getting shot and dying on the battlefield. And, they're not American soldiers, but they're Russian soldiers and they're Ukrainian soldiers, and we want to be able to stop it. And we want to be able also to spend money on other things. We don't want to, this is a tremendous amount of money.
Maybe Trump has miscalculated, thinking that everyone was just going to bend the knee. Maybe the world will see that America in its present form is not to be trusted by anyone.
What the Biden administration did was terrible. They were giving money, but he had no security on the money. Europe, as you know, gave much less money.
Disingenuous, cowardly, bootlicking.
But they had security. It was in the form of a loan. They get their money back, and we didn't. And now, at least we're protected because the American taxpayer has to be protected too. But this is an incredible agreement for Ukraine, because we have a big investment in their country now, and what they have, very few people have. And we're able to really go forward with very, very high-tech things and many other things, including weaponry that we're going to use in many locations, but that we need for our country. This allows us to do that.
What do you continue? Will you continue? Sending military aid? Yes, go ahead, please.
If I can just, yes. In the document, there is one of the very important points if we speak about business and investment. We never had LNG terminals in Ukraine. This document will open. I mean, the next document, but anyway, here we see in the framework, we see really goodwill for this. LNG terminals for us is very important, and I think for security of European continent. We have the biggest storage, gas storage. We have the biggest in Europe, yes. Yes, and we can use it. Use it for LNG, use it for LNG, and we will do it. And really, we can help Europe, because Europe really...
Man is offering up everything just to save his country. Hell, he's already said he'll resign the presidency if that'll sweeten the deal. It's not enough.
President Trump said that they made less support, but they're our friends, and they are our very supportive
and anyone who does trust Trump
partners, they really gave a lot, Mr. President. They did.
They gave a lot, but they gave much less.
No.
Much less.
No. No.
Don't argue with me.
No.
You know, you're really a piece of shit, even more than, even I have said.
Having a big fat public MAGA wank for dollar. A fucking shit stain of a man.
And that is quite a statement.
Okay.
Trump did not like that shit.
Mr. President Trump, you have repeatedly called the deal with Ukraine has a historical one. And as a president of the United States, you make historical decisions in other issues, which affect America and other world. So, what place in the world history do you want to take? And do you associate yourself with any famous historical figures?
Jesus Christ, who is that?
Washington, Abraham
RT?
Lincoln.
Russia Today?
The bootlicking, cowardly cocksucker.
Say I'm
Just tap him on the head before you come, Trump. You know, do him a solid.
Now, you know I'm only kidding.
Fuck off. Because when I say that, the fake news is going to go wild. They're going to say he considers himself to be better than Washington. But you never know. You never know. I don't compare myself to anybody. I'm here to do a job. We've had a great 35 days or whatever it might be, a month, a little more than a month. We've accomplished tremendous amounts. Not only this would be a very great achievement if we could get the war stopped and get them back to normalization. I think that's going to happen.
Normalization. With Russia. But I know you're not going to do that.
We've had very good talks on both sides, as you know, but I think we've done a very good job.
It's going to be really bad. I mean, I do believe that Putin did win, right? Like, he literally has the president of the United States under his finger.
I would like to point out, I don't think it's his finger that Trump is under.
Just generally, if you look at all of the things we've done in 30 days, they say there's never been an opening for a president. The first month, there's never been a first month like
This is what...
A hobo, because I got it right here. Look at this. Look at this.
Wanking for coins on a stage
when you're a
in
star,
Washington.
they let you do it. You can do anything.
I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
Give you a copy.
Y'all take it easy.
What's going on now? It would have been so easy for me to stop this travesty from happening. He understood me, and he understood that I didn't play games. This would not have happened. This would not have happened. Someday I'll tell you exactly what we talked about.
It's How I Met Your Dictator, coming this fall on the Maga Cult Network.
But we talked about it, and he did have an affinity, there's no question about it, for Ukraine. I said, never let it happen. Never let it happen.
Donald Trump's right.
This is going to be great television.
If we weren't so goddamn horrified. May MAGA burn in the fiery pits of hell. And fuck you, Vladimir Putin. Fuck you. Donald Trump, sit and spin. Elon Musk, get your cock out of his ass, at least during press conferences. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days.
The one good thing about this meeting is that when they do that reunion show with Andy Cohen, it's going to be good.
Yeah, but it should have ended with Zelensky snatching his wig.
Another back down. Zelensky posted this. Check this out. He said, I would like to reiterate Ukraine's commitment to peace. None of us want an endless war. Ukraine's ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. This is the interesting part. Our meeting in Washington at the White House on Friday did not go the way it was supposed to be. It is regrettable that it happened this way. It is time to make things right.
Oh, no, he's not available for comment because he's on a plane flying off to a Trump cheerleading conference.
You have been talking this entire time. I'm sorry, does the sign outside say Ukraine House? No, it says America House.
4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. A lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't negotiate, let's investigate. We'll accelerate. I'm taking him down.
Unbound by laws, mores, norms, and tradition, but someone that controls all three branches of government.